August 15th, 1281. The coast of Japan, Hakata Bay, 4,400 ships, 140,000 men. The largest amphibious invasion in history. The Mongol Empire, the force that conquered China, Korea, Persia, Russia, an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. And in a single night, nature destroys it. A typhoon tears through the fleet, ships collide, hulls splinter, thousands drown, 90% casualties. The survivors who wash ashore are hunted down and killed. The Japanese call it Kamikaze, the divine wind. But here's the thing, this is the second time this happened. 7 years earlier, another storm, another failed invasion. How does the most powerful empire on Earth fail twice in the exact same way? Let's rewind. 1260s. Kublai Khan rules the Mongol Empire. Grandson of Genghis Khan, emperor of the largest contiguous empire in human history. And he's heard stories about Japan, tales from travelers like Marco Polo, an island nation dripping with gold, rich, isolated, unconquered. Kublai sends diplomatic envoys, letters demanding Japan submit to Mongol rule. The letters are polite, on the surface, but there's a threat buried in them. Submit or face war. The Japanese see right through it. They refuse. The Khan sends more envoys. Japan beheads them. So, Kublai does what Mongols do. He builds an army. Before we get to the invasion, you need to understand something. These are two completely different ways of fighting. The Mongols, born on horseback, nomadic warriors, every soldier has multiple horses. They can cover 60 to 70 miles a day, unheard of in medieval warfare. They fight in massive, coordinated units. Drums signal maneuvers, everyone moves as one. Their archers fire shorter arrows in huge volleys, not aiming for individuals, aiming for areas. Saturation fire. And they've adopted Chinese weapons, explosive bombs launched by catapults, psychological warfare. They've conquered everyone they've faced because they fight like a machine. The samurai, also horseback archers, also deadly, but everything else is different. They wear heavy, elaborate armor, yoroi, lacquered scales tied with silk. They ride smaller horses. They use longer, more powerful bows. And their approach to combat is individual. A samurai would ride out, fire a whistling arrow to announce himself, and challenge a specific opponent to single combat. Honor, glory, personal reputation. It's ritualized, almost theatrical. The Mongols don't care about honor, they care about winning. You can see the problem. November 1274. The Mongols assemble a fleet. Around 30,000 troops. Mongols, Chinese, Koreans, hundreds of ships. They sail from Korea. First stop, Tsushima Island, a small garrison, 80 samurai. They're slaughtered, completely overwhelmed. Next, Iki Island, a few hundred defenders, same result. Then the mainland, Hakata Bay, northern Kyushu. The Japanese have maybe 4,000 to 8,000 warriors waiting. The Mongols land, and the samurai charge. It's a disaster. The Mongols don't accept individual challenges. They advance in tight formations, disciplined, coordinated. Their arrows come in waves, hundreds at once. Then the explosions, bombs launched from catapults. The Japanese have never seen anything like it. Some accounts describe them as iron balls that explode with fire and smoke. The samurai are pushed back, retreating toward an old defensive wall called Mizuki. But then, at dusk, something strange happens. The Mongols retreat, back to their ships. Why? They've won the battle. They're advancing. Why pull back? Some historians think their commanders were killed, loss of leadership. Others think this wasn't meant to be a full invasion, just a raid, a show of force. Whatever the reason, they return to their ships. That night, a storm hits. Not a massive typhoon, just a bad storm. But the fleet is packed into the bay. Ships are damaged. Men are seasick and panicking. The commanders decide, we're leaving. By morning, they're gone. Japan survives, barely. But the samurai know the Mongols will be back. Kublai Khan tries diplomacy again, said more envoys. Japan beheads them, all of them. Message received. This gives Japan 7 years of peace, and they don't waste it. They build a wall, 20 kilometers long, stone, 2 to 3 meters high, all along Hakata Bay, right where the Mongols landed last time. They also recruit new samurai, expand their forces, train. Meanwhile, Kublai is obsessed. He's conquered everyone. Japan will not be the exception. He orders the construction of a new fleet. But here's the problem. He rushes it. Some ships are built for rivers, not open ocean. They're not designed for rough seas, and he needs thousands of them. By 1281, he's ready. This time, it's not 30,000 men, it's 140,000. 2 separate fleets, one from Korea, one from southern China. The largest invasion force assembled to that point in history. May 1281. The Eastern Fleet set sail from Korea. They hit Tsushima and Iki again, overwhelm the defenders again. Then they reach Hakata Bay, and everything is different. There's a wall now, a massive stone barrier. The Mongols try to land. Japanese archers rain arrows from behind the wall. They can't establish a beachhead. For weeks, the Mongols are stuck. They launch small raids, try different landing spots. Nothing works. The Japanese also start using guerrilla tactics. At night, small boats with 15 to 20 warriors row out to the Mongol fleet, board the ships, kill the crews, burn the vessels, disappear. The Mongols are losing ships, losing men, and they haven't even landed. The southern fleet arrives from China. Now there are 4,400 ships in the bay, packed tightly. Too many ships in too small a space. And it's mid-August, typhoon season. August 15th, 1281. The wind picks up. Within hours, it's a full typhoon. The fleet is trapped, packed in the bay. Ships smash into each other. Hulls splinter, masts snap, men are thrown overboard. Some of the ships, the ones built too quickly for rivers, just fall apart. The storm lasts for days. When it's over, most of the fleet is gone. Korean sources say 30% casualties. Chinese and Mongol sources say 60 to 90%. Tens of thousands dead, drowned, crushed. The survivors who wash ashore are hunted down by the Japanese. Most are killed on sight. Some Chinese prisoners are spared, enslaved. But the invasion is over. The Mongols limp back to Korea and China. Kublai Khan talks about a third invasion, but his advisors finally talk him out of it. Japan is never invaded again, not for another 663 years. The Japanese don't see this as luck. They see it as divine intervention. Kamikaze, the divine wind. The gods protected Japan. And that belief becomes central to Japanese identity for centuries. But here's what actually happened. The Mongols were the best land army in the world, undefeated for generations. But they tried to invade an island nation in typhoon season with a hastily built fleet. And they faced an enemy that knew the land, the weather, the coastline. Japan had home advantage in every possible way. Geography, timing, preparation. The Mongols needed a quick victory. Japan just needed to survive, long enough for nature to do the rest. And twice, it did. The Mongols never conquered Japan, not because they weren't strong enough, but because they didn't understand where they were fighting. History isn't just about who has the bigger army. Sometimes, it's about who understands the land.